Journey to Silius is one of the most intense action games for the NES. Featuring side-scrolling run-and-gun gameplay similar to Contra or Mega Man, and a pulse-pumping soundtrack that rivals the best on the system, Journey to Silius is an experience you won't soon forget. The game was created by Sunsoft, one of the premier development studios for the NES. While not as well known as Konami or Capcom, Sunsoft quietly released some of the top games for the system, including Blaster Master and the Batman games. Sunsoft started out making arcade games and had some big hits like Arabian and Spy Hunter, but after securing the Addams Family license to make Fester's Quest for the NES, licensed games became a big focus for the company. Their Batman game is easily one of the best games on the NES to be based on a licensed property, and Sunsoft hoped to recreate that success by making a game based on the Terminator franchise. So Journey to Silius started out as a game loosely based on James Cameron's 1984 original Terminator film. From the look of the final game, I'd expect that Sunsoft set their game in the future, and the action focused on Kyle Reese and John Connor's fight in the war against the machines. Sadly, Sunsoft lost the Terminator license during development, but they didn't abandon the game. Instead, they just made some slight changes to the backgrounds and enemies, and created a new original story to tie it all together. Set in the future year of 0373, the story focuses on protagonist Jay McRae, the son of a scientist who had been developing a new space colony. Future Earth is terribly overpopulated, and many people were looking to space for a new home. When terrorists destroy the colony and Jay's father is killed, he sets out on a quest to avenge his late father, and to stop the terrorists once and for all. Unfortunately, Journey to Silius didn't sell very well when it released in North America in September of 1990. It was well received by critics who praised the impressive-looking graphics and incredible soundtrack. It's likely that the title and box art just didn't do enough to get people interested in buying the game. LJN would eventually publish a game based on Terminator 2 in the early 90s, and their game is nowhere near as good as Journey to Silius. It certainly makes you wonder how successful Silius could have been if they managed to release the original version they were designing. Despite the low sales, this game is often remembered for its music. The soundtrack, composed by Naoki Kodaka, is considered one of the best on the system, and really sounds like something that was made on a more advanced console than the NES. Kodaka was the composer for many of Sunsoft's best games, including Batman, Gremlins 2, and Blaster Master, and his work on Journey to Silius is some of his very best. He retired from composing video game soundtracks in 2002, and now teaches computer-based music to university students. Modern critics still appreciate this game's impressive take on the run-and-gun genre. When IGN released their list of the top 100 NES games of all time, they ranked Journey to Silius at number 81. If you want to play Journey to Silius on a modern platform, it is included as one of the games on the Switch's online service. Still, today's players that attempt this game will have to deal with all of the challenges the NES is notorious for. As with most 2D side-scrolling games, there are tons of instant death pits to fall into. The enemies are ruthless, and you have a limited number of lives and continues before it's game over. But what if I told you about a secret shortcut to bypass one of the final bosses? What if I told you the best ways to approach every level so you'll always be ready for what's ahead? And what if I told you how to defeat all of the game's challenging bosses, even the terrorist's ultimate android? Well, on today's episode of You Can Beat Video Games, we'll learn all of that and more. If you're new to the channel, we're doing deep dives on retro video games and giving you the professional strategies that can be used by the casual gamer. Please make sure to subscribe and click the bell for notifications so you don't miss any new episodes. Let's get started. Alright, Journey to Silius. Here on the title screen, if you wait for that gray box to appear and then press the B button exactly 33 times before pressing start, you'll come to this sound test menu where you can listen to the music from the game, and if you're having trouble with it, you can crank up the number of continues you get to 9. We're not really going to need those extra continues on this run. This game is really not very difficult if you know what you're doing, but running out of continues is never fun, so feel free to use that code if you like. Here at the beginning, we see our opening cutscene. Well, it seems that Jay's father was killed in an explosion at the space colony, but the evening news reported it as an accident. We know better. We know it was the terrorists. So why the cover-up? And what is the motivation of the terrorists? What kind of terrorist organization would blow up a space colony and then not take credit for it? It's not very terrifying if people don't know you did it. It leaves us with a lot of questions and is a very interesting start to the story, but unfortunately, this is all the story that we get. Even when we get to the ending, there's not really any closure to this. I imagine that whenever Sunsoft lost the Terminator license, they just wanted to get the game out the door, and so they didn't take time to flesh out this story. So we're just left with this quest for vengeance, and it's time to start Stage 1. As we get started here, you'll notice that our standard weapon, the handgun, is actually pretty good. You can have up to 3 bullets on the screen at a time, and it doesn't use any of our gun power, which is represented by that blue meter with the G in the upper left. Watch out for this bomb before you cross over this pit. If you get hit in mid-air, you'll almost definitely fall in and die. Take out the rocket launcher from far away and then wait for this sprinkler to just pass over your head before moving forward to the right. Defeat the robots on your left, and then you can kill this sprinkler in the air before jumping between those 2 turrets and then ducking down to a prone position to remove them. We do have another gun that we can switch to, the shotgun, but it doesn't actually deal any more damage than our handgun does, and it does use up our gun power, so we're not going to need it here in level 1, we're just going to save our gun power for the boss. Head to the right, remove these turrets, and then get up on that first step. Right here you'll be safe from the rocket launcher and can easily defeat it from that position. Carefully jump between those 2 turrets, watching out for that bomb from the background, and you'll only be able to hit that laser cannon when it pops up, so you want to be prone and just shooting at it so that as soon as it pops up you can take it out before it can fire a laser. Keep moving to the right and we'll hit the first mini-boss. This photon cannon can be difficult, so you want to duck down under the first shot, jump the second one and then duck under the third, then repeat the process. If you keep up the shots on it, it'll easily be removed and you'll be able to get the machine gun power up. This helicopter is the reason why we saved our gun power for the boss. You'll want to switch over to that machine gun that we just picked up, and it's going to drop a robot. As soon as that robot lands, you want to shoot it with a machine gun, but you want to wait until it's about to touch the ground. Otherwise it'll jump out of the way. The third one will always fire a shot at you, so you want to be ready for that. And once you've cleared 3 of those robots, it's time to destroy the chopper itself. It will slowly fly off the screen. You'll want to stay on the left side of the screen because hitting the propeller is instant death. All you need to do now is jump over the shots and aim for the red weak point right on the front. If you have the machine gun, it'll go down quickly, but if you run out of gun power, you'll just need to make do with your standard handgun. Either way, you'll turn that helicopter into scrap metal, and we'll be on to Stage 2. Unless you ran out your gun power entirely at the end of Stage 1, the first thing you'll need to do is switch back to your handgun. These white robots will start shooting if they're on the screen for a long enough time, so don't give them a chance. Shoot them on sight. This machine gun bot will fire and then run away, so whenever you see one of those, you just want to take a few steps to the left and you'll be able to easily avoid its bullets. That spear trap I just destroyed will pop up if you try to jump over it and hit you, so you just want to duck down and shoot those whenever you see them. Over here we'll see another new enemy. This rotating turret can easily be defeated from a distance, but is very dangerous to cross underneath. When we drop down here, we want to jump right away to avoid that laser, then take out the laser turret, and then remove the spear trap. Do the same thing here, jump over the laser and take out the laser turret, and then be careful as you drop down so you don't get hit by that rotating turret. Once it's removed, we'll drop down to the right, and we're going to use our shotgun here. If you crouch down, you can see what the shotgun does. It shoots in a spread pattern, and you want to hold to the right a bit as you drop at this point so that you don't get hit by that laser. Take out that laser cannon, and then take out this rotating turret that moves to the left. And here we'll fight another one of those photon cannon mini bosses, which we can deal with the same way we did in stage 1. Duck under the first shot, jump over the second, and then duck under the third, and repeat the pattern. Up here there's more of those white robots, and we'll want to shoot the laser cannon from down below. That'll make it much easier to hit there. Remove the next white robot, and then you'll see another of those rotating turrets. This one we can remove with the shotgun. From far back here, it'll be very easy to hit it without taking damage. Switch back to the handgun, take out another white robot and a spear trap, then you can board the elevator and head on up. On the next floor, we need to move forward a bit more slowly. There is a silver robot here that will drop bombs on us, and we need a lot of space to be able to shoot it before it can damage us. So there it is. Stay far to the left whenever you see that guy, and he'll never be able to reach you with his bombs. But if you're moving forward too quickly, he'll almost definitely get you. So take your time here, head forward slowly, take out any enemies that appear on the screen, and then keep moving forward. Here's another one of those machine gun bots. We know what to do about it, just back up to the left. And we can use our shotgun to take out another rotating turret here. You will need to jump a bit to hit this one. Once it's gone, move forward to the right, and we are almost to the end here. This is a bit tricky. You want to drop down and take out the laser cannon on the left, and then shoot the one on the right. Then move forward very slowly. This giant white robot here is a mini-boss, and if you don't give yourself enough space, you won't be able to shoot it enough times in the head before it'll close in on your position, and you'll definitely take damage. Once it's defeated, you'll get the homing missiles, and it's time to fight another boss. This is the War Vehicle Robot. Stay on the far left and equip the homing missiles you just got. You'll need to take a step right to avoid the very first pink ball that it throws, but then you just want to stay on the left, jump, and shoot at that blue weak point in its chest. The homing missiles won't home in, but they're very powerful, and it'll only take 11 shots to take this guy out. On the far left, he won't be able to reach you with his robotic arm, and most of those pink balls won't touch you either. It's actually pretty easy. Make sure to switch back to your handgun at the beginning of stage 3. Take out this robot, and then watch out for these mines. When you shoot them, they'll explode, and that explosion can damage you. You can use your homing missiles that we just got on this bubble turret. It only takes 2 missiles to take it out. Make sure to shoot this lava trap before jumping to the next platform, and we can use 2 more homing missiles on another bubble turret ahead. Make your way to the right and then go up the elevator. As soon as you get to the top, you want to start moving right so you don't have to deal with that spider bot on the left, but don't go too fast. You want to trigger that robot claw and then cross underneath it whenever it's moving upwards. 2 homing missiles will take out that bubble turret, and then come up here, take out these 2 robots, and get just close enough to that arm so that it's moving, and cross under it as it's moving upwards. Make sure to take out these tall robots before they can start shooting at you, and over here we can use our shotgun to take out this bubble turret. That way we won't have to use quite as much ammo on the homing missiles. carefully drop down here. You seem to want to move forward whenever you drop off of a ledge, so you need to be moving very slowly to avoid that. Move slowly forward to the right. We're going to switch to our shotgun again to take out this bubble turret, and then you can also remove that lava trap using your handgun. Move forward here, and watch out for this laser gate. You want to wait for it to appear and then jump through. Do the same thing here. And one more time after taking out the jetpack robot on the other side. Here we'll cross a few more of those robot claws, so trigger them until they're moving, and then cross under when it's moving upwards. And here we'll reach another elevator, which will take us down. Down here there's actually a very generous checkpoint, so if you were to die, you'll actually reappear a bit forward from here, which is kinda nice. But you can just try to take your time and save damage if you don't want to lose any lives. Once you get down to the bottom, make your way to the right, and make sure to take out this bubble turret from far away. Remove that top lava trap and then jump over the lower one. You'll want to move forward slowly here so you don't get crushed by these objects that fall from the ceiling, and you'll also want to be cautious of the mines that are flying through because their explosions can actually damage you. Keep heading forward. You can easily destroy this bubble turret with your handgun. As you approach this shaft, you just want to jump down and hold right, and then pull a bit to the left so that you end up on this platform where you can easily remove that bubble turret and then jump over the lava trap to move forward. Take out that jetpack robot and then carefully maneuver underneath these robot claws, just as we've done so many other times in this stage. Here's a few more of those slow jetpack robots. Take them out and keep moving forward. And here we can use our shotgun to remove yet another bubble turret. It'll take 5 shots to kill it, and then we can move on safely. Keep heading to the right. There will be a few more of these robots, a few more of the lava traps, and over here we'll see another one of those laser gates. If we stand in this position, you can actually hit that lava trap with your homing missile. If you get too close, you won't actually be able to hit it, so you do want to shoot it from that far away. Try to jump down very carefully so you land to the left of those lava traps, and then take this elevator up. Once you get to the top, take out that robot on the left and move quickly to the right. You can use your shotgun to take out this bubble turret here. Just shoot it from up here. 5 shots will remove it, and we can switch back to our handgun and easily take out this bubble turret from this position. Move forward slowly here. You want to be able to take out this bubble turret, and then you want to make sure that you leave this platform on the left, where if you shoot very precisely, you can hit this bubble turret with your handgun. There's no time limit in this game, so just take as much time as you need to remove it, but if you're getting impatient, you can use the homing missiles or the shotgun. We're getting very close to the boss here. This is the last hallway we need to go through, so it may make sense to try to save as much of your gun power as you can. Take out this bubble turret using the shotgun, and then move forward. As we get close to the end here, we're going to have to go through a bunch of laser gates. You don't actually have to jump through them, you can just walk through. So wait for the gate to flash, and then walk through. And make sure to take out any enemies on the other side of the laser gate before moving forward. Just keep moving to the right, carefully avoid the laser gates, and we will have arrived at the mini-boss. We'll want to use our homing missiles on this guy. He's actually very dangerous if you don't have the homing missiles. Keep a good distance and fire away, and then we'll get a new gun, the laser, and we'll be on to the boss. This boss is the Troop of Cannons, and it's one of the more difficult bosses in the game simply because it requires a lot of concentration. You'll want to use whatever power you have left for your laser beam that we just got. You'll probably run out during the boss, but that's okay. The trick is to crouch down right in front of this ledge and wait for the laser cannon in the top right to fire a beam. Whenever you see that beam, you want to wait until the very bottom bullet cannon shoots and you can pop up from your prone position, and then you're going to jump right after you see the middle cannon's bullet sail over your head. That will let you jump over the bottom cannon's bullet, and it'll give you an opportunity to shoot the weak point in the middle. Just keep doing this and you should be able to beat the boss without getting damaged, although if you have a lot of health and you're impatient, you may be able to jump up to that front ledge and just go nuts on the boss, but that's pretty risky and I certainly recommend using the safe strategy. And that's it. We're on to Stage 4. Stage 4 has even more new enemies in it, like this flying blue guy, and these sprinkler turrets, which actually have some armor on them so you can only damage them whenever they pop up. At the bottom of the elevator, take out the robot on the left and then one on the right, and we're going to deal with some crushers. You want to go under the crusher whenever it's moving upwards. When you get to the third crusher, turn around and move to the left a bit so that we can advance the screen more to the right and take out that bouncing blue robot before going under the crusher. On the other side, we want to jump over that turret and head over to shoot the one on the right before going across this bouncing spike. This spike will pause a bit at the bottom, so that's when you want to jump over, and we can use our homing missiles to take out this big jetpack robot in blue. Once he's defeated, go down the elevator and take out the robot on the left while quickly moving in that direction to avoid the sprinkler turret. It's difficult to avoid damage here. Carefully move off to the left and then hold over to the right and jump over the sprinkler turret when you get to the bottom, and you may be able to get through unscathed. Head over to the right and take out another sprinkler. Then we're going to switch to our homing missiles because there's going to be another one of those big blue jetpack robots. But move forward slowly. A hazard will fall from the sky, and you don't want to trigger it before taking out that robot. There's another dangerous falling hazard ahead, so move forward slowly until it's triggered, then jump over and move to the right. Take out that blue robot on the upper ledge and just keep moving to the right. We're going to need to switch over to our homing missiles again to quickly take out another one of those jetpack guys. Back to the handgun, we can resume our move to the right, and the next handgun guy is very easy to defeat if you send a barrage of bullets onto the screen before he even appears. Over here, a spike will come towards you, so make sure to jump over it, and then proceed on to the right, taking out the blue jumping robots as you go. Jump over the sprinkler, and then we're going to need to deal with another one of these bouncing spikes. Remember that it will linger at the bottom after it drops down. Keep moving forward. Over here, there's another one of those blue jetpack guys. This one's easy to take out from the upper ledge. And there's a couple of those blue jumping robots below which can easily be removed once you get down there. Over here, we should use the homing missiles again because this jetpack robot is high up in the air. And we can switch back to our handgun once he's gone. Here, these platforms will drop out from under you whenever you land on them, so make sure to send some bullets forward as you go across this 4 set. There's always going to be an enemy that will try to hit you as you get to the end. Make your way to the right and go up the elevator. When you get to the top, just start moving to the right so that you don't get hit by the sprinkler, but be cautious of the blue jumping robot that will appear right away. Deal with that blue flying guy, and then worry about getting over this bouncing spike. On the other side, we can easily clear some of these tall blue robots, and continue on. A few more of those platforms that'll drop out from under you are right there. You don't want to move forward too far there, or you'll get hit by the sprinkler, and you'll want to make sure to take out the second sprinkler from the left side of the pit. Cross another bouncing spike, and keep heading to the right. We're almost to the end of this level now. Shoot out another one of these sprinkler turrets at a distance, and watch out for the blue jumping robot on the other side. Jump down here and try to carefully make your way across that sprinkler. It's very difficult to avoid getting hit by the other one at the bottom. Down here, we should take out the sprinkler turret before using our homing missiles so we don't waste any, but we'll want to use those to take out the big flying blue guy. Keep moving forward here. On the other side, there will be a few more of those sprinklers and a couple of jumping robots, and from up on this ledge, we should be able to take out this tall blue robot before moving down to the bottom. Keep moving to the right. This is the final corridor of stage 4, so move ahead slowly and take out that sprinkler cannon, and you want to hit this blue jetpack guy when he's on the far right side of the screen. That low-hanging ledge from the ceiling will actually block his shots, but you'll still be able to hit him from where you're at. Stay back here and do the same thing. You'll see that his shots are actually blocked by the wall, but you can still catch him in the leg with your handgun. It'll take a bit of precise shooting, but you should be able to easily remove that guy. And then when we get to the end here, we're going to face the mini-boss. You definitely want the laser gun here, and shoot this guy in the face with it. Once he takes a few shots of the laser, he'll just be a head, and that head will actually shoot shotgun blasts, so that's fairly dangerous. But once he's gone, we'll be on to the boss, the Mammoth Cannon. Switch to the grenade launcher that we just got, and listen for the sound effect of the cannon that it shoots. You want to jump over that beam, and when you're at the top of your jump, shoot the grenade launcher. There's a slight delay after you fire it, which will give it just enough time for the rocket to hit the weak point on the Mammoth Cannon. It'll only take a few shots to take it out. And that's right, this is the final stage. Wait until you see 2 consecutive pink boxes drop before crossing that gap, and then get all the way to the edge here so that you trigger this lava fountain. You want to wait for it to pour out and try to jump over the tail end of it. There's no lava that comes out of the third one, so you can go under it safely, but all of the others in this area will drop lava, so you want to wait and try to jump right over the tail end of that lava. That's the safest way to get across. Over here, there's some conveyor belts and boxes. You don't want to get pushed around by those boxes, so try to get over them fast. And you want to come down to the right side of the screen quickly. We need to get up on this box, up onto the top conveyor belt, and immediately jump over the box there. Take a small tap jump to get into this hallway, and that conveyor belt sequence is probably the most difficult part of the stage. Trigger these crushers and then walk underneath them as they're heading upwards. This is nothing new, we've done a lot of this kind of thing in the game already. Wait for this box to drop off and then jump onto the conveyor. You'll certainly get messed up if you're not careful. Wait for 2 boxes at this gap, and then wait for 3 or even 4 boxes here before the coast is clear to jump to the next side. That part can be tricky for sure. Come down here in the bottom and just keep pressing to the right. There's going to be some crushers that go upwards here, so you just want to jump on top of them and quickly jump off to the other side. Wait until all 3 crushers are on screen here, and then go underneath the first one as it's heading up, but then hold right to go under the other 2. Up ahead are the final bosses, and I'm going to show you a difficult to perform trick that can actually skip the second half of this first boss, the giant Exodus spaceship. Quickly shoot 4 grenade launchers into the weak point on the left side and then stand in this exact position until the ship hits you. Then you want to jump over to the left and try to shoot that weak point right as it goes off the screen. Here it is in slow motion. Right now. If you do it perfectly, you'll end up on the final boss. If you don't though, I do recommend that you use the grenade launcher to try to take out the left side as quickly as possible. It will take 5 grenades to remove it. And then you just want to crouch down into a prone position here and wait for the ship to move back upwards. Switch over to your handgun so that you can conserve your gun power for the final boss. And once you get past those first 2 fire thrusters, you should be able to quickly move to the right and avoid the other 3. This cannon on the right side always shoots down first and then to the right, so be ready for that and get all the way onto the right side and just start shooting that weak point with your handgun. You'll have a lot more time to shoot this one than you did that first one, so you should be able to take it out with the handgun, no problem. And here is the final boss, the android. Use whatever grenade launchers you have left first and get onto the left side of the screen. You need to shoot those grenades at the very top of your jump. If you're not at the very top of your jump, they won't hit the boss. You want to try to just do 2 shots and then get ready to jump over the boss as it moves towards you. So 2 shots and then start taking a step towards it and get ready to jump. So 2, step towards and jump. Get over to the other side, get 2 shots in, step towards it and jump over. The boss will always crouch down when it gets close to you, so that'll make it easy to jump over its head. And that's it. We've beaten Journey to Silius. All we can do now is sit back, relax, and enjoy the cheesy ending. It appears that we saved some kind of space station. I'm assuming that's what that is. But that's all the ending we get. Roll credits. Well, I hope this video was able to help you finally beat Journey to Silius and put an end to the terrorists' evil schemes. If it did, make sure to give it a like and make sure to subscribe for more videos, because there will always be more mysteriously murdered parents to avenge, and that's why we'll be back again next week with another video game you can beat. Thanks for watching.